This video is going to cover your live new student orientation you need to attend during your first week of school. So we want to get you started right off the bat. During your first week of school, you have the onboarding checklist, and part of your checklist is you have a practice class and a practice course. So the checklist is the 10 steps. The online learning is 4 lessons. Those are your practice course that shows up in your daily plan. Then we're giving you a practice class that you're required to go to kind of get to know how to use the tools, make sure your computer's set up to know how to get into your live class, since it is a requirement of you at our school is to go to those live daily class connects. So your new student orientation will be on your first day of school at 8:30 a.m. You will also have an option for Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. We want to try to catch you prior to your first live class at 9. You can come to both if you want. It's really just how are you doing on your checklist? If I need to answer any of your questions, you need to at least attend one. And then Wednesday at 8:30, they will also just have an open Q&A help session that if you still need questions, concerns, who do I call? I'm not getting through my checklist, will be available for you in your plan. But you do have to attend at least one Monday or Tuesday orientation. So how do you get into your orientation class connects? So it will show up at 8:30 a.m. on your homepage right here, and you can click on the link and go into it. Remember, step 2 is downloading Blackboard Launcher. Being the first time in class, this is when you're going to download Blackboard. So maybe you want to plan on coming in at like 8:10, 8:15 to get in there prior to start of class. The other way you can do is to go into your plan. And this is, we want to get you into the routine of going into your daily or weekly plan every morning. So here's your to-do list for your class connects, but you can also go into plan. When you get into plan, you'll have daily plan or weekly plan. The top part is your class connect sessions, and then you have your lessons for the day. They are in order of priority of we want you to make sure math and language arts always gets done. But for the onboarding checklist, remember that 4 lessons called Online Learning K-8, school year 1920, will be your first practice class you need to do and complete before you start all the other courses. So on here, the times are a little different because they aren't in onboarding right now. Over here, we'll say required or optional. Your orientations will show required because we want you to go to all of them if possible, get your questions answered, get you set up. It's only kind of a check-in. How are you doing on your checklist? Can I help you with anything kind of thing? So it is 8:30 a.m. I know that's early, but your first live instruction class will be starting at 9. So we want you to get you in, get you prepared, and push you out to your 9 o'clock class. So make sure that checklist is your priority in getting through, and this orientation is your step 5 of your checklist. So to get into it this way, I would click on the link for what the new student orientation that you'll see at 8:30. You can also see it on your weekly plan. You'll have 3 sessions at 8:30, Monday or Tuesday or both, and then a help session on Wednesday, or like a Q&A. So you can also click in here if you're working on the weekly plan. That's kind of whatever you prefer. If you want to just see what you have today, or if you want to see the full week, that's kind of your preference. So 8:30 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of your first week of school. So when I click on that link, hopefully you already did this because it was step 2, logging into Blackboard. If you've already downloaded it, you would click Launch Blackboard now. If you haven't been into a class or haven't gotten Blackboard downloaded, you would click Download. Now, it depends on your browser. I use Chrome. Firefox, Internet Explorer does use a different type of download series. If you're using Safari, I would recommend trying to download Chrome or Firefox onto your computer. Our systems do not work well with Safari. So then I'd click on this extra step to get to the Run button. Once it's running, it will verify application and then take you into class. So during those orientations, we will kind of just practice with the tools, practice with Blackboard, kind of walk you through how to use different buttons. There will also be some videos to watch of the Blackboard tools in step 2 of your checklist as well. So if you cannot get into Blackboard, make sure do a couple things. Go back on a Blackboard, clear your cookies, your cache, your browsing history. If you don't know how to do this, you can YouTube it. There's a lot of videos on how to do it depending on what internet browser you're using. You can also restart your computer. If none of that works still, call our customer tech support at 866-512-2273 and let them know you are having trouble getting into Blackboard. Always make sure when you call customer support or tech support that you get a ticket number. And keep on plucking away on your checklist.